Here we are in the high Colorado mountains. I believe we're 8,500-ish here.
10,000.
10,000? Okay. We are up at 10,000 feet above the town of Fairplay, Colorado. I'm gonna zoom in on the clouds out there. We're just about up at cloud line here. And these are the beautiful Colorado fall colors. There is a car going past. These here are groves of golden aspen trees in their perfect fall colors. These are quaking aspens. I've often thought that with their white bark and golden leaves, they look like the trees of Lorien, described in the Tolkien books.
I got some of my old pictures, and it's from last fall.
I often wonder if perhaps he was inspired by these in particular. You can see the white bark on these trees here. It's a bit of a gray, overcast day here, but even so, it's a beautiful day. There's my dog snuffling around in the bushes. The other dog did not want to get out of the car. There's all the cracked and dry soil here because it's been a little bit dry recently. This far up in the mountains, you don't really get paved roads. All there is dirt. And people actually do live up here. Usually people who are not terribly interested in other human beings and living nearby to them. I can't imagine why anybody would think that. It gets fairly snowed in here during the winter sometimes, so if you live up here, you kind of have to be prepared for the eventuality that you might not be able to get out of your house for a week or two at a time. So a lot of people up here are hunters. They hunt deer, elk, other things. Look at that gorgeous outcropping of bright red aspens over there. This is about as painted as you will ever see the hills and mountains in Colorado. This is the prime weekend for it. We will likely be getting a frost sometime soon. And when that frost comes, all of those leaves are going to fall. Get some footage of that great big fly there. Kind of an interesting little creature. if this will focus on him. Nope. Even up here, there's a lot of wildlife, insect life, plant life. All the way up into the very high mountains. We won't see any mountain goats down here today, unfortunately. But we can always hope. These are called quaking aspens because when the wind blows, their leaves shimmer.
You know, if you're snapping pictures,
I'm actually recording
okay.
the shimmering of the leaves up there.
Yep. Carol, I was going to say, if you're snapping pictures and they're taking, that means they're being recorded somewhere.
Well,
Because otherwise your file would be saying...
but look what it says. So when I do the preview, this little arrow, I get this.
File error.
And
But your battery's showing full and your card is showing it's got space.
But if the pictures are not recording...
now, one just came up. Nope, that's from before.
I'm going to stop recording so I don't get all of... A mountain stream up around, I believe we're 11,500 feet here. Up in the Colorado Rocky Mountains. We are in the middle of mountains Lincoln, Democrat, and Bros. Getting a nice panorama scene here. Currently, we are hiking up to see what is officially considered to be the oldest tree in Colorado. Some of these great big old gnarly trees here, those really kind of twisted looking things, are bristlecone pines. Hi! I'm coming!
She got startled by you.
Yes, I know.
Middle of pooping.
Anyways,
Barked at you.
ooh, look at that shot of the valley there. Isn't that gorgeous?
You could have seen
Even the
that,
tundra turns pretty colors in the fall.
and she got scared of emeralds.
So, we are straight uphill right here. This is a pretty tough incline here. I used to do this a whole lot when I was younger, before my knees got bad. And I have climbed, I believe, 27 of the Colorado 14ers. And these around here are 3 of them that I climbed when I was about 7 years old, I think. And the ground cover here is lichen and moss and really low shrubby sorts of plants, small pines. The trees up here don't get particularly huge. There are some full trees.
Stuff in the water.
It's mineralization.
Oh, so it's safe.
So there's lots of little streams and stuff around here.
May taste a little bit like Manitou water, you know, kind of
Wildflowers. Lots of wildflowers all over the place.
minerally.
Squirrels. Getting chewed out by a ground squirrel right now. The white stuff in all of the water here is, this is actually a pure mountain spring runoff water here, coming down from what's left of the snowfall from this past spring. As you can see, it is cloudy, milky, because of the very, very high mineral content up there. And you can see how the mountains up there look rusted, and that's from all of the oxidation, because there's very high iron and calcium and other mineral deposits in the mountains here, which is why it's so popular to mine up here. See the orange lichen all over the rock here? Lichen is kind of mid-ground between fungus and plant. Oh, here's a cool thing here. This very bright red flower here is a Indian paintbrush. There's a kind of a neat legend to go along with that. All of this stuff here is scrub oak. It's about thigh height on me, hip height. This right here is the oldest tree in Colorado.
Not second.
And I don't mean my dad.
Second oldest.
Second oldest. So this thing right here is a bristlecone pine. It is the second oldest tree in Colorado. How old is this?
About 35 years.
Okay, so this tree was built, or grown, sorry. I'm trying to say this tree was grown around the time that some of the pyramids in Egypt were being built. And it lives, and it keeps on living. A lot of these trees, these bristlecone pines, see this gnarly wood here? Some of this wood on this tree has been here since Jesus walked the earth. Some of the stuff has been up here since Egypt still had pharaohs and was mummifying people. This stuff up here, this wood, existed when China was inventing things like paper.
Emily, Dad's gonna get you in the picture.
Great. They're taking pictures of me. That's alright. Here are my dogs sniffing around this
Can
ancient,
you get us in it?
amazing tree here. They're not terribly beautiful trees. I think they are, actually. I like the all of the striations and just you can see the history in this tree. You don't get this old being pretty, you get this old being hardy, and that's exactly what these are. This section of the tree on this side here, this is all the living portion of the tree. Obviously it is a evergreen. That's pretty much all you get up here, except for these little scrub willows down here. Some people think that these trees have magical properties. Perhaps they do. The older a tree becomes, the more likely it is that there's, shall we say, interesting things about it. Oh! And I just about got scalped by said tree. Look at this thing of beauty here. Oh, that pretty wood from this side. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, beautiful. Going to stop filming now so I can take some still photos of this. This one up here. Pretty gnarly looking old tree there. Is considered to be officially the oldest tree in Colorado. That tree is 3,700 years old. So it's got 200 years on the one that we just filmed. It is a rather incredible old tree. Ah, look at this pretty rock with the lichens all over it. This is pretty typical vegetation for the Colorado mountains. And we're getting higher and higher up here. We're actually really close to tree line, timber line. So in about,
Our altitude here, Emily, is right at 12,000 feet.
Okay, so we're right at 12,000 feet here, and in just a couple hundred more feet, as you can see there, we will be above tree line, and above that there's pretty much nothing except for rocks and lichen and the summits of the mountains here. This whole
here, but I'm not sure which species.
Mountain goat.
Is it goat?
Mountain goat.
well, we may see mountain goats after all, because we are seeing mountain goat poop.
Is it grasshopper?
Yeah.
This stuff, this landscape here is what's called tundra. And it's made up mostly of low-lying plants and bushes.
The surprise is that it still hasn't, it's still alive.
Sorry, it's made up of mostly low-lying plants and bushes. It's starting to get a little bit frost-nipped.
Go out there and stand by the right root coming down, behind that right root. The right root.
Well, the wildflowers at this point, I'm only a couple hundred feet higher than I was filming the second oldest tree, which is down there. But already the wildflowers have stopped blooming just a couple hundred feet higher. And, oh, never mind, there's one wildflower. One nice little treat that we get down here are mountain strawberries. And they're all gone at this point. But, so these plants at my feet are actually strawberry plants. And They grow these little tiny fingernail-sized strawberries, but they are the sweetest things you could ever possibly have. It's kind of a nice little treat to find one when you are hiking one of these mountains. Gives you a little burst of energy. My dogs are extremely happy about being up here. Very, very happy dogs. That's a golden doodle, and that's an Australian Shepherd Blue Heeler mix. So they're both kind of designer mutts.
By the oldest tree so I can take a picture.
Hi, Vanna. Hi, Savannah. Hi. Very happy puppies up here. So for my World of Warcraft friends who might see this, this is a lot less boring than Borean tundra, but this is about what you would see up in a real tundra. So you can kind of get the idea here that Blizzard wasn't actually too far off in designing that tundra and the mountains and everything like that. We are now walking up to Colorado's oldest tree. It's a bit of a steep terrain here. We're at probably 80-degree incline, something like that. My dog is very interested in sniffing this. So you can see all the striations on this wood here. And like the other one, this tree is still about half dead. Instead of growing up, these tend to grow out, which is why they're often a good, 8 to 10 feet in circumference. My dad's down there attempting to get my picture up here. So, after one more sweep across the tundra from 12,000 feet, there's my mom there. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this little nature excursion. And I will probably be posting more bug videos at some point. But for now, you're getting mountain videos. Nothing boring about this tundra. Alright, one last little bit of filming here. We are up about 12,500 feet here. We're actually above tree line, as you can see.
Above 12, it's like 12, 3.
That's what I said 12.5, but 12.3 or 4 is probably right. So, this right here, 12,500 feet above sea level, is the high tundra. This is where things pretty much don't grow above knee height. Let me zoom in on this a little bit here. It's a stream coming down. You can see all the really low-lying willows. All of that stuff is scrub willow. And what I'm about to do here is walk up to Kite Lake. There are some kind of crazy people camping up here. I'm not sure I would do that at this time of year, but some people like the cold. I am not particularly one of them for this kind of biting mountain chill. So, we are walking over to Kite Lake, which is one of the higher altitude lakes. And here's some information boards there. And there's the lake. I stand on a rock because I'm really little and and probably couldn't get a very good view of it from there. So this is Kite Lake in the high Rocky Mountain tundra. And we're actually not too terribly far off from the summits of some of these 14ers here. My dogs are very, very excited about the prospect of going and swimming in this freezing, frigid alpine lake. Oh, and the first thing she does is sit in it. See, I told you the first thing she did was sit in it. So the fluffy yellow dog is a water dog, and she's probably really happy about this water here. There is occasionally fish. There are fish. Either way, it's correct. There are fish in this lake on occasion. Right now, I'm not entirely sure. But this lake up here is one of the watersheds that provides water for the city of Colorado Springs. So this up here is about the purest water that you can get in the entirety of the United States. Even though dogs are walking in it sometimes, it is very unpolluted. It is basically crystal clear. Now, it is treated a little bit before it is consumed, because up here in Colorado, in this part of the country, we have mountain goats and bighorn sheep. And mountain goats and bighorn sheep carry a nice little parasite called Giardia. And you can get a pretty nasty disease called giardiasis. And basically, you spend the better part of a month in the bathroom after that. So, like I said, the water is treated a little bit before it is piped down to the city. There's a little park ranger bathroom there. And I don't know if it comes out very well. There we go. Those really shiny, trickly streams up there. How beautiful. How beautiful. Sometimes I really, really like living in Colorado for this reason. So very beautiful. There's really nothing quite like coming up here and seeing all of this and being a part of it. Let me walk over here so that you can see just how high up we are. Down there, the valley down there, that's South Park. The whole valley is called South Park. And that right there is already considered high mountains. And we are already, you know, as everybody watching this can see, very, very high up. I'm going to walk back over to the lake for a moment because the sun is starting to come out. The sun is starting to come out, and I'm hoping to get a little bit of the shimmer of the sun on the water in a couple of still photographs, which I've been taking as I'm narrating this. And there's my very, very happy little dogs. Not so little. The yellow one is not little at all, actually. She's actually quite large and obnoxious.
The clear bottom of the storm cloud out there.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
That's the viewpoint. So you say you've got viewpoints. Okay, that's viewpoint. So the air is not saturated enough to create cloud and fog, and above it, viewpoint is 100%.
Sorry, there's not much commentary right here, because what else can I really say?
What we get is this. All right. Yeah.
And you can see,
You can walk on the broad bicep there.
look at that. That's the bluest sky you will ever see. Unless you're up in an airplane. Look at that. We've got the sun shining through some of the clouds there. But the sky coming through the clouds here is the bluest, purest, most crystal clear sky you'll ever see. It really is. I've been all over the world, and I've never seen the sky as clear as it is in Colorado. I missed living here for a while. I lived down in the south, in Georgia to be exact, where it's pretty much always cloudy. So, this is the high tundra once again. This is for my Warcraft followers. This is well, this is basically what they modeled the Borean tundra after. Even more so than the lower stuff down there that I videotaped in the first clip. Well, not the first clip, but the one before this. There is certainly nothing boring about this tundra, is there? Beautiful. Imagine what this looks like on a bright, shiny day, with the sunlight illuminating all of the gold and the red and the green. There's even green up here, this far. It's a cloudy day because it's the middle of fall. Down further up here, we're getting into winter. And everything is starting to go into hibernation. And there you have it. Beautiful. There's the sunlight illuminating the mountain face.
Carol!
What? Nope. I don't want to walk back over there.
There's some commentary from my parents.
You can tell me.
Okay. Well, ooh.
Yeah, well, it's thundering.
Thunder. Sounds like we are in for an electrical storm here. So I'm going to stop filming and herd everybody back to the car. Because when you are the tallest thing up here during a thunderstorm, this is not a good place to be where you are the tallest thing. And you're also the only thing that really conducts electricity. So, one last view down in South Park before I sign off. I lied. I'm recording one last thing. This is right here. The clouds are starting to creep down over the mountain tops. There's one last view of the sky. And we had some illumination over here on the tundra. Look at how absolutely breathtakingly beautiful that is. I was hoping the sun would come out a little bit, and it did. And I had to take the opportunity. So I'm getting back in the car because that is going to start throwing lightning everywhere. Thank you everyone for watching. One more recording here. We are overlooking the collegiate peaks of the Rocky Mountains here. During, well, it's a couple hours out from sunset, but they are emerging from a storm here, and I thought it would be rather pretty. This is Mount Chavano, Mount Antero, Mount Princeton. And a very loud cricket somewhere. We are looking down on the town of Buena Vista. This is kind of the quintessential Rocky Mountain Valley here. And over there is Mount Ouray, way in the distance there. It's like looking up into Mount Olympus or something. Except these are much taller than Mount Olympus, which is a real mountain. This is a scenic overlook here. Unfortunately, I did not hike up all the way to get to see these. So this is what this area looks like around here. The other side of the scenic overlook. Still fairly scenic all the way around. And up there are some of the smaller mountains, but these ones up here are the ones that get all of the attention. Rightfully so. These are some of Colorado's most picturesque 14ers. And a 14er, the ones that I've been referring to from time to time in this footage, are mountains that rise at least 14,000 feet above sea level. And it's kind of a popular thing in Colorado to go climb up those. Oh, I am being recalled to the car. Oh, there's a very loud cricket heard me coming. Alright, so I believe this is the end of our filming today. Thank you for coming along with me, everybody, and I hope you enjoyed the rather magnificent show.